Hello, everybody. Welcome to LT Outdoors Live. Sorry about that mess. I actually had to X out of the live that I shared earlier. So hopefully you guys can all hop on and see that I'm live on here on this one. I don't know what happened with the other one, but I was trying to get live on it and it froze up on me. So yeah, I seen that Malik and my little sister were on the live one on there. So hopefully they can see that we hop on here, and hopefully this don't throw you off. But yeah, for some reason it was froze up. YouTube's been giving for that. But yeah, live tonight we're going to be talking about a few different things. I'm going to talk about my new membership program that I got going. Which, by the way, thank you very much, Robin Smalley, my big sis. She was my first member that got involved. She signed up for my membership program today, and I'm real happy about that. So yeah, the more members I can get, the better. So any of you that are able to get into my membership program, make sure you check it out. I've got 3 different tiers on there. I've got a $1.99 a month tier, a $9.99 a month, and a $19.99 a month. Each of which will have different perks that you can get. I'll be doing special little videos just for members only. You'll get merchandise deals. LT Outdoors stuff will be a lot cheaper. I'll be doing little giveaways here and there. It's going to be just a nice little extra. Plus, when you're on there, you actually get a cool little badge next to your name, I guess. So when you're a member. So, yep. Hey, thank you very much, Savage Wolf. I like that. I appreciate that, man. I'm really trying. Hey, what's happening, John? Yeah, I've got a few things to talk about though tonight, guys. I wanted to talk about my membership program. I want to talk about fall fishing because right now there's a lot of really great fishing going on here, especially in the great state of Michigan. And I also want to talk about the Michigan Master Angler Award program that a lot of people just don't know of or they overlook every year. Hey, Keels, how's it going? Hey, sis. You guys are awesome. What's happening, Scott? But yeah, if you guys have noticed, I know Keels was having trouble earlier, and one of my other friends was too. There should be a join button now. Um, hey sis, there should be a join button now on my channel right next to the subscribe button. If it's not there, you might have to go online, check it off a computer. I'm not sure. There's got to be some reason that you're not seeing it because some people are. Like my big sister Robin, she signed up today for it, and that's why if she's actually got a nice little green badge next to her name, that's actually her membership badge. She signed up today for it, so it showed for her, and my little sister actually checked and could see too. Um, Well, I the last video I did, I showed it a little closer up, John. I mean, basically, they call them perch rigs, crappie rigs. It's basically just a rig that has 2 arms coming off of it that you can hang two different you can hang 2 different lures off of. I actually don't have any in the house, or I would show you. They're all out in my truck. Um, but yeah, this see, I don't like this weather at all. Honestly, this is the weather's really bad for hunting right now. It's just too hot. We got record high temperatures up here, and I like when I go out and get my deer, I like to let them hang for 3 days or so in the barn. I like to let them age, and that's something you just can't do with these temperatures. It's been in the high 60s and 70s here. That's not good. So I haven't been out deer hunting in, I don't know, 3, 4 days. I did see some cool stuff I'll talk about later, though, last week while I was out hunting. So I've got a few stories to tell. But yeah, the week's just been really heck for hunting, and it's going to mess up the fishing a bit too. We do have a cold front moving in Tuesday, and that's actually things out. That should get the ball rolling again for some more great fishing. Um, yeah, I meant, it was really, that's something I want to talk about too. As far as fans go, I love all of you guys. All of my subscribers, you are all just great people. And if I'm ever out and you happen to run into me, come talk to me. I love it. I will chat things up. I will, I'll share stories. We can talk fishing. I am always game for that. It always makes my day. Robin just mentioned the other day I was out fishing with my sister, Susan, and a couple of younger guys came up to me, and they had that look on their face like they could recognize me, and it's actually been happening a lot lately. And I'll tell you, it really makes me feel great. But they came up and they had that look, and then they're like, hey, you're that guy, we think we're related to you. And I'm like, what? Well, it turns out it's my brother-in-law's cousins, I think they were. And yeah, Tyson and Ryan, and they were really good guys. And I think the best part was they had never caught a burbot before. They watched my video and they went out and did the same exact thing as I did. They bought crappie rigs, they used minnows, they rigged them up just like me, and they caught fish. They had 11 fish in their buckets, and it's amazing. So I love that I'm able to just help people out like that. But if you ever see me out there in the wild, in the woods, on the water, you come up and talk, because I am always happy to meet you guys, and I'm always willing to meet up too. So it's just great. Yeah, the deer, it's bad for deer. You need to send that cold on down our way, Keels. I'm sure it's really nice up there. I'm worried about our ice, honestly. It's looking like really crappy up here. Yeah, the flies is what worries me right now. That's I don't want to hang a deer up and worry about flies. So, I mean, even the lows been in the 50s at night. That's not good. I'll probably be out too. I will probably hunt tomorrow because, like I said, Tuesday is supposed to get cold again. So I don't know. I probably won't mind letting them hang a couple days if I get one tomorrow or the next day. Well, that's cool. They learned how to fillet them from that. Yeah, that's why I'm going to keep showing my fillet videos too. I'm hoping I can help people out with that. I shared, the two different ways to cook them too. I fried them up in a nice little dry batter, which that tastes like chicken. And then I did the boil that tastes more like lobster. Both really good ways to cook them. But yeah, if for those of you that are watching right now, like I said, I'd actually like it if you would look just to let me know if you're seeing it on your end, because I've had a few people say that they're not. If you see that join button next to subscribe, that's my new membership program. Let me know if you see it on there at least, so that I know it's showing on your side, because I've heard there's been some issues with it, and I don't know if it's just something going on with YouTube or what. But Robin, she hopped on, she joined as a member. Susan checked it out. She's gonna be a member next week. Keels wanted to, but she can't seem to find it on there, so that stinks. But hopefully we can get that figured out soon. But yeah, another thing too that I wanted to talk about, a lot of people in this state that I've talked with while I'm out fishing, they either don't know or they overlook the Master Angler Award program. Okay, we have what is called a Master Angler Award program here in Michigan. And it's really a cool thing. All right. I've been doing it. I never used to do it when I was younger, but the past few years I've done it. If you catch a fish that is of a certain size, they're all in the fishing guide, or you can look online. You just go to michigan.gov/DNR, or you just type in Michigan Master Angler. But if you catch a fish it has to be just the right amount of size, inches wise. You can be put in for Master Angler Awards, which every year you get a different kind of patch, which they always look pretty cool. Like this year here, that was 2018. It was a brook trout, which that was pretty cool. And this one here was for a 17.5-inch brook trout I caught that year ice fishing. And then I also got one here from, this one was from 2017. I thought this was a cool looking one. That was a perch. So like I said, every year they change the patch. It always looks cool. You're only allowed to put in, though, you're allowed one entry per species. So, you make it count. Like recently I kind of screwed up. I put in for that burbot. I put in for a 28-inch burbot. And the other day, me and Susan were out and I got a 29. So I kind of screwed up. I could have put in for a little bigger one, but Yeah, it's something neat that they do here in the state. I've also got this 20-inch brook trout. This guy here actually he was #1 in the state. It was the longest recorded brook trout in the state. I took that one last year, or 2019. I don't know where the patch is for that one. I was trying to look before I went live, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, that's something you really need to check out. Like I said, it's just Google search Michigan Master Angler Award. It shows all the details you need for that, how to submit it. All you got to do is take a good picture next to a ruler or a measuring tape. It just has to show how many inches it is clearly. And that's all you got to do. You send it in, submit it with all your personal information, and the DNR will send you a patch. And it's just something really cool to do. You know, I look forward to getting them every year. The one year I got 3 different ones. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, the burbot are really weird, man. They also call them eel pout is another name for them. And my friend Keels, she knows them as ling up there in Canada. They're also called ling ling. They have a few different names, but the burbot, man, they're really cool. And the burbot bite right now is really good, Mark, like really good. If you watch that last video, me and Susan were out and we got some really big ones, and it's been hot. I mean, everybody's been catching them, so yeah, it's just been great. Yeah, don't forget to, if you're new to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ruby, get that cord out of your mouth. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button because it does help me out. The biggest fish I ever got, as far as lengthwise, was probably that 40-inch pike that I caught this year. Other than that, I mean, I've caught, like, my biggest walleye is 29. I've been stuck at 29 for, I don't know, probably 12 years now. Biggest perch, 15. I mean, I've caught a lot of big fish in my life, but, you know, I've pretty much topped myself out on most species. I got an 11-inch sunfish a few years back, and that one took Master Angler and got top in the state. So that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I catch a lot of nice fish. One day I want to get a sturgeon. That's biggest bass. Let's see. I got a 23-inch smallmouth. That was my longest smallmouth. I didn't get to weigh it, but it had to have been about 6 pounds at least because it was a big one. And I got a 24-inch largemouth. And he was probably the same. He had to have been 6 or 7 pounds. Yeah, we get some really nice bass up here. Actually, Van Etten Lake, where I grew up, the bass seem to average, I don't know, 18, 19 inches. They're all really nice fish. I haven't got a muskie yet. Our muskie lakes are very few and far between. Like, they get them on a lot of the big ones, like Lake St. Clair and that. But as far as that goes, we don't have a lot of great muskie lakes around me. You know, there ain't even that many people up here that catch muskie. That's one reason. Another reason I want to head up your way and do some fishing is to try and get muskie, or even down south. There's a lot of better muskie spots down there. Yeah, burbot are a very aggressive fish. They're kind of like a bottom feeder, you know. I mean, in the wintertime, a lot of people actually get them while they're jigging for walleye. So I wouldn't quite classify them as straight bottom feeder because they're actually out chasing minnows. People catch them on Rapalas. I mean, you just never know what you're going to catch them on. But when I am targeting them, I do fish on the bottom. I use, you know, in my videos I use walleye minnows, and I use them just laying on the bottom. And I squish them up a little bit because those fish will be cruising around. They'll see those minnows and they'll go up and get them. But yeah, they'll bite just about anything, though. They're pretty feisty fish. Yeah, I do like making jerky, especially goose jerky. That is actually one of my very favorites to, as far as making. Favorites to eat too. I make deer jerky, goose jerky. I made porcupine jerky once. I've made pretty much everything into jerky, but my favorite is goose. But yeah, I see there's 16 people on right now. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my new members thing because, like I said, there's new perks. If you join as a member, there's going to be a new members only live chat that I'll be doing on a specific day each week. It'll be just another one of these, but for just the members. I'm also going to be doing special giveaways. There's going to be discounts on merchandise. There's going to be just a whole bunch of new different perks. I'm going to do little trivial kind of things going on, and I don't know. I've got lots of ideas, so I've been wanting to do it for a while. YouTube kept sending me information about the membership program, and yesterday I finally spent the day filling everything out and getting it ready. So yeah, hopefully some of you guys check it out and like it. So yeah, see Thornapple Lake, I think that's downstate too, ain't it? I've heard of that one before, but yeah, so Robin became a super fan, which super fans see. There's different categories. You can join as a fan. There was what was it? Fan, number one fan, and super fan. Super fan was the $20 one, but if you join into that, you get everything that the other ones get plus some. So yeah, you just have to check it out. If you click on join, it doesn't make you join right away. You don't have to. If you click the button, it just allows you to scroll through and see what it's all about. But there's different categories. Each one has different things, and yeah, it's just kind of neat. I don't know. There's all kinds of different perks to each spot. So yeah, it's just something new to do. Burbot are mostly Great Lakes fish, but they are also in some of our deeper inland lakes. Like up north, you got Mullet Lake and Torch Lake. Torch is actually one of the top lakes as far as an inland lake for burbot. They're a deep water fish. Okay, I thought it was downstate. I've looked at it on the map before, but I've never been to Thornapple before. Well, how'd you do down there in the Saginaw? Did you do any good, Jared? I heard it's been pretty slow, but no, I've never. I'm not quite sure where I stand on the black bear thing. Honestly, I've never seen one. I've got friends up here that run dogs for them, but I don't know. I think they're just a cool animal, and I've never even been able to see one in the wild. So honestly, I would just be super excited to even see one, especially to get pictures and stuff with. I've never seen one. We don't have that many. There are people up here though. Like I said, a lot of people run bears up here. I'm not too far from the bear capital of Michigan either, but that don't mean a whole lot. Yeah, see, that's what I heard, Jared. I heard the shad. I mean, just all the minnows in there. That was the problem me and Uncle Dale had when we went down. I mean, the catfishing is just awesome, but there's so many dang minnows that I think they're feeding up, and they got so much forage to feed on. They're not hungry. They probably eat at a certain time in the middle of the night, and then they're just fed up for the rest of the day. So I have heard of people doing pretty good at late at night casting Rapalas and stuff, but they're not doing that good. It's definitely not hot like it should be. But this warm weather ain't helping at all either. I think if we get some colder weather, it might push those minnows out of there, and that's what we really need. No, the bear capital is God, what the heck's the name of it? It's up by Cummins. It's just a small town up by Cummins, Michigan. It's just north of here. Cummins is where I got Ruby. I actually like raccoon. They're a little greasy, but you just got to make sure you get that off of them and just cook them right. I've barbecued them, made stews out of them. Yeah, there's really nothing wrong with them. I've eaten, like I said, I've eaten coon, possums, muskrats, beavers, just about everything. Crazy. Yeah, Ruby. She thinks it's playtime every time. But yeah, this past week, last week, I was out deer hunting, and sadly, I didn't get anything good on the camera, but I did get to watch. I had one big 8-point come in, which I'm going to try and get the video out here. I don't know how well it showed up, but hopefully you'll be able to see him. He came out in the field, and I got to watch him come in and make a big old scrape in front of me, so that was cool. Yeah, Curran, that's it. Yep, Curran is the bear capital of Michigan. Thanks, sis. But yeah, Big 8 Point came out and made a scrape, and then the other day I got to watch. There was 2 really big bucks Thursday evening that came out just before dark, and they started going at it in the field. They actually locked up. It was only the second time in my life I've seen a fight, and that was really awesome. Yeah, I wish I could, John. I've been practicing with it, and I can't. I'm not any rocking out on it yet. I'll tell you that. I hope one day too. I can sing, but I can't quite play the guitar yet. So hopefully one day. Oh wow, that's a big flathead, man. They get some really nice flatheads in there. Now beaver's really good. It's actually probably my favorite critter to eat, and you actually get a big old back strap off of them, plus a bunch of other meat. But yeah, they're a good tender type of meat. I have a friend that grills them. He also he smothers it in barbecue sauce and grills them. Personally, I cut the meat. I cut all the meat off the bone. That way, I'm able to take my time and cut. Hey, Malik, I'm able to take all my time and cut the fat off of them too, so that there's no chance of them being greasy, because that's also where the gamey stuff comes out of. Yeah, I like to cut the meat up into chunks, and usually I will cook them up into a little bit of a stew. That is my favorite way to use the coon. But I got a buddy that he'll barbecue them and throw them on the grill. Yeah, the raccoons are pretty much everywhere. Yeah, it's nuts. Especially, populations are actually booming right now since the fur market fell out several years ago. Pretty much everything is going crazy right now because that fur market, there's not half the people trapping that there used to be. Ruby's laying on her back right here playing with her toy. Ruby, what are you doing? Huh? Such a goofy dog. Yeah, Jaeger's out there screaming like normal. I actually bought him a little plastic or a little rubber bathtub the other day. I thought it was funny. They sold a little bathtub for him. Susan cracked up when she came over here because it looks just like an actual bathtub. But yeah, I'm hoping this week Uncle Dale is actually coming up again. Susan says hi, Rube. She says hi. Uncle Dale's coming up again this week. He's actually been getting super excited about all the burbot, and the whitefish are in right now. They're starting to slow up because of this darn warm weather, but they are running. Seen a lot of them caught the other day. So it's definitely getting good. And like I said, we got that cold front starting Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure that's going to kickstart things up again. I think that's going to help out a lot. So, okay, I'll have to check that out, Jared. Thank you. Yeah, I always love seeing them big flatheads, man. So far, I still haven't got to catch one. Not that big, but yeah, I get to my biggest cat was like 15 pounds, but I've never caught one of those giant flatheads. Yeah, Dale, I'll tell you, he's a trip. You just never know what's going to happen with him. Oh, that does sound good. Yeah, that'd be good. See, I've tried so many things with beaver, and there's really no bad way to have it. It's just I don't know, that meat is great. Definitely the best. And muskrats too. A lot of people just don't like the idea because it's got rat in it, but it's not a rat. It's more like a marsh rabbit. It's really good. Okay, jig in the minnow. That's what we use when we're down there. So hopefully when he comes up here, I don't think we're gonna plan on traveling down just because the walleye ain't that good. But I haven't tried the tail. I've heard of people doing it, but I haven't never eaten the tail before. But yeah, when Dale comes up here, we're just planning on whitefish and burbot. We're gonna travel. Gonna try a couple spots further up north. I like trying all these different spots. As you've seen, I did the Tawas State Dock in the one episode, and then I also did a video there with Susan, the hunter chick here. We went on the Asable River the other day, and that's where we got them. Yeah, I'm not sure. I heard it was good too, but yeah, make sure if you're watching you hit that like button, because that does help me out here on the channel. And like I said, I don't know if a lot of you's already been on here a while, but like I said, I've got that new membership option. If you notice on my channel, you'll see a thing that says join. If you click that, you can check it out, and it'll tell you about the different perks. I've actually got I've got a new line of, oh yeah, Susan got her first master angler. That's why I wanted to talk about it tonight, because a lot of people don't think about it, and it's really not that hard. I mean, some of the fish, the sizes really ain't that bad to catch, and I'm sure a lot of you catch master anglers every year, either throw them back or eat them and not know that you can get those cool patches for them just by taking a picture. So it's, something that you should really keep in mind when you're out there fishing. But yeah, just check out the membership option if you haven't already. It's just something new that I started, and I've got a new line of clothing that'll be coming out soon. I've actually got there's going to be a catfish version coming out that's pretty cool. I actually got to go pick it up here soon. I'm just waiting on the money, but she's got them done. I got a catfish one, and there's an ice fishing one. I wanted to have my own LT Outdoors ice fishing outfit, and it's all done. So yep, I can't wait to show that off, but that's going to be a new one. And yeah, so I'll have ice fishing hoodies this winter, which will be really cool. But yeah, for sure. The master anglers, like I said, I showed it earlier, but this is just so you got an idea. This is kind of what they look like. You end up getting this patch. The certificate, you only get the certificate if you get one of the top 3 in the state. So yours has to be the top 3 biggest in the state to get the certificate. But everybody that catches a fish big enough will get the patch. And like I said, it's really cool. The patches are always changing. So I'm excited every year just to see what kind of fish ends up on the patch. I mean, you just never know what it's going to be. And as you can see, it's good detail. It's a really nice looking patch. So I look forward to checking the new ones out every year. I actually hope they do a pike or something here soon. I have no idea what this year's is, because I looked on the website and they didn't even show it yet. But yeah, the only thing you have to do is take a picture. It has to be a decent picture of the fish laid out by the measuring tape. You can't put the measuring tape over the fish. It has to be, the fish laying on a hard surface with the measuring tape running right alongside of it. That is how you get a correct measurement. Or you can use those bump boards. I bought a bump board. That gives you the most correct measurement possible, because with those you put the head of the fish right up against the bump of the board, and then it measures it down by the tail. So yeah, that's actually a good idea, sis. I'll have to look into that. I like that idea. LT Outdoors Christmas shirt. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I thought I had a fishing guide up here. Maybe I don't. I thought I did. Yeah, I do. But yeah, this is the 2020 Michigan fishing guide. But if you go into your fish guide and you go to the end of, it's basically in the middle. It's on page 35. This is all your measurements. All right. These are all your fish species, all your measurements for the fish species. Probably hard to read on there. But for instance, some of these are fairly easy to catch, which actually shocked me. Like bluegill, for instance, 10 inches on the bluegill. How many of you catch a 10-inch bluegill every year? I know I do. I get several through the ice that are 10 inches every winter. So, it's definitely something that you can pull off. A lot of these are easy, like the burbot, 26 inches. Every single burbot that me and Susan caught the other day were at least 26 and up. They were averaging 28. So, I mean, you just got to look into this, guys. Smallmouth bass, 21 inches. Largemouth, 22. You know, I mean, yeah, those are kind of big, but it's something you can pull off for sure. So, yeah, definitely. And you know, every year I know that I miss a bunch too that I could be counting on here. Well, the white perch, for instance, me and Uncle Dale had all those white perch that we caught, and at the time I thought they were, you know, I thought they were white bass. You know, I didn't realize that the difference was just that lateral line. Well, I filleted them up without thinking. The white perch only had to be 10 inches. We had two that were over 11, so that would have been a new one we could have put in for, and I screwed up by not checking the book. So yeah, make sure you check the book out, guys, because the patches are just really cool. You just never know, really. You know, you just never know that a lot of the fish don't have to be all that big, in my opinion. So it's definitely doable. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can get one made. Yeah, that's you know, growing up as a kid, I never really paid much attention to it, and I know after looking in the book, it's like, man, I know for a fact I've eaten a lot of master angler fish. I've thrown back a lot of master angler fish. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button, guys. I see we got 17 people watching right now. If you haven't already, check out the new membership option on here. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see next to subscribe, there's an option that should say join. And it gives you chances to join in on some new, be part members of the channel. There's a $1.99, $9.99, and a $19.99 part of the channel, and each one has its own perks. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. You guys are just, like I said, you guys are making everything so great for me. This channel has done, it's far exceeded what I ever dreamed I'd be able to do with it. So, I mean, that just means the world to me. And as I mentioned earlier, that a lot of you haven't got to hear probably, if you're ever out fishing or hunting and you see me, come talk. I am always up for talking with you guys. I always love to share stories. I always love to share tips. You know, if you run into me and I just got done fishing, I'll tell you where to go. I mean, yeah, I always get excited when I meet people that are subscribed. I mean, I've been meeting a lot of great people lately, and it's great. Yeah, it makes my day. I mean, the other day when me and Susan were out fishing, I think there was 3 different groups of people that came up and you know, said, hey, you're LT Outdoors. It's like, that's so cool. You know, I still haven't beaten an 8 point. I mean, I get 8. I try to shoot at least with 4 points or more on each side every year, but all I've been able to get's an 8. So, but I've got a bunch of 8s hanging up. I mean, they're nice bucks. I don't know as far as the count goes. I don't even know how to add up the point, you know, as far as numbers. But I got a bunch of 8s. Like I said, I think, actually, I'll show you the one I just recently cleaned up. You guys have probably heard of the dermestid beetles. That's what taxidermists use to make European mounts. Well, that's what I do. You can't have this, Ruby. She sure loves them. But this was actually the buck that I got when I fell out of the tree stand. So in that episode, you know, when I fell out of the tree stand, I was actually staring at this buck. I mean, he hit the ground. I knew he was down, and boom, here I was staring at this nice buck. But I think this one's probably my biggest one yet as far as, like, you know, thickness goes. And I don't know, he's a pretty good one. That's probably my best. But the other day I seen 2 that were just really, really nice. And I know, you can't have it. Don't you tell me. But the other day there were 2 that were bigger than this, and I just, you know, I didn't have a chance. They were too far for the bow. So I'm not done yet, though. I'll be out, like I said, hopefully tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, the shad. Well, I mean, like I said too, when me and Dale were out, I mean, on that fish finder, I was marking schools of them just as far as you could see. It was just nuts, man. I've never seen so many minnows in my life. Yeah, you know, an LT Outdoors monthly subscription, it does make a great Christmas gift. Robin's right about that. Because like I said, I'm going to be doing there's going to be like a trivial game that I'm going to do. Um, Probably bi-weekly that'll earn you, you can win lures, like some of my favorite types of lures I'll buy and send out to people. Some of my, merchandise, hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. So it's, yeah, my membership's going to include all kinds of great things. As far as guns, until this year, I actually did not own a rifle other than a 22. So every rifle season, the only gun I used was actually a shotgun. I've hunted with a 20 or a 12 gauge every year since I could hunt legally. So that's all I used. I always used a 12 or 20 gauge. I would do 2 shots of buckshot in the pump and then 1 slug in the barrel. That's how I did it every time. If I missed with the slug, which I still haven't done, I get them every time, but pump them with the slug, and then if they were to run, you got the buckshot to back it up, but never had to use them. I mean, yeah, but this year I've actually got a 30-06. Rifle season opens next Sunday, so I will be out filming rifle hunt. Hopefully, it's supposed to rain all day. I'm hoping they change that. Yeah, that's very true. Oh, birds. Oh, God. Don't get me started, Keels. I want to know how you're doing on birds. This girl kills so many grouse, like unbelievable numbers up there in Canada, and I'm usually lucky to get one. I haven't gotten a single grouse this year. I still haven't got to go duck hunting at all because I've been too busy with deer. I got, so far, all I've shot was the 2 geese. I mean, as far as birds go. But I haven't gotten any grouse, but I'm sure your numbers are probably crazy. Yeah, that's true. Backstraps and flour. Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, it's a bummer, all right. I love grouse. I actually used to do like the beer can chicken. I would actually do a beer can grouse, and I love that, but I just don't get them. I don't jump that many up here, and usually when I do, they're in the thicket, and I just don't get a shot. It's very, very seldom. But yeah, that was my 2018 buck. That was one of my best ones. Excuse me, Rube. Yeah, you definitely got to try that though. The beer can grouse. That's actually what I do. I season it up real good, and then I actually stuff the can inside of it, and then stick it in the oven. And I can't remember how long I let it cook for. It wasn't all that long though that I bake it, but oh my God, it was good though, because the beer would just keep it all moist, and it was excellent. Yeah, I haven't got a chance to grill them yet. I'm not a huge grill fan though, except for steaks. Like, I don't know, grilled chicken to me, I'd rather have it fried. Like, I'm just not a big grill fan. I just like to fry everything. I don't know. Must be some weird southern in me, I guess. But yeah, this time of year, guys, the fishing right now is mostly up here, anyways, is whitefish. They were slaying the Atlantic salmon in the AuSable River, but I've heard that's even slowed down a bit since this weird warm up we're having. I mean, this has been record high temps now for the past 4 days. It's looking like record high temps now for like another couple days too. So yeah, that's going to slow things up as far as the fishing goes. But burbot have been amazing, and whitefish were amazing. They're starting to slow up a bit. Yeah, the wall, hoping that they're going to pick up a bit because they actually were pretty slow. I haven't heard much good news on them lately. Especially, I mean, I heard some down like Flint way, and that's been good, but nothing up here. Just a few walleye here and there off of the pier. But this week I'm actually going to I'm going to try Harrisville Harbor for some burbot, and I'm also going to head to Alpena because the burbot, they like places with big rocks. You know, because a lot of the piers they're lined with boulders and that. So Harrisville Harbor is actually, it might be one of the better spots to fish because it is loaded with boulders. So that's a spot even though it's right in my town, I have never tried it for them. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna be trying this week, hopefully, and that'll just be really cool if it's a great spot. But then I'm also gonna try Alpena because that's just how I am. I like to try different spots. That's what I'm planning to do for this channel. I want to try as many different locations as I can to hopefully show you guys different ways to fish different locations and what's in those locations. And what's that? The burbot? Yeah, a lot of people mix them up with the dogfish. Dogfish are a swampy type fish. Yeah, see, that's the dogfish or AKA bowfin. They love swampy type areas, all the shallow lakes like Tawas Lake and that. But a lot of people get them mixed up. The bowfin's totally different though. They've got a spot on their tail. They don't have the single whisker. They don't have the whisker on their bottom fins. I mean, the color's different. It's a totally different fish. They do look a little alike as far as the shape goes, but I mean, if you catch one, you totally know because like a bowfin's an actual fish. They can't curl up and wrap themselves around like an eel, which the burbot can. The burbot is basically an eel. It is the closest thing to an eel. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Mark. It's just been way too cold for the walleye. It's or way too warm for the walleye. It's been way too warm for a lot of things, really. That cold front was coming in for a while, and that was helping out with a lot of things. But yeah, now that this stupid warm, I really hate this warm weather. This is going to mess up things big time. Um, I mean, even the deer, it's throwing them right off because they were out every day. They were out in the field here by my house, and I haven't been seeing them. So I don't even know how good it'll be tomorrow when I head out. Yeah, that's. Hey, what's happening, Jared? We have grouse around me. There's just not a ton of them. Yeah, they do look more like a snakehead, which that's another common misconception, and that's something that I wish people could learn because my sister was just telling me the other day that she had guys from work. She works at Coletta, and they were telling me that, or they were telling her that it was a snakehead, right? It's not a snakehead, okay? A snakehead is not one of our local fish. The DNR even, in fact, I'm gonna look. The DNR has it in our book here, just so that you know the difference, okay? They've got it marked because they don't want you to mix that up. Burbot are a good fish. In fact, they have the DNR has put special rock reefs out in the Great Lakes for the burbot reproduction and lake trout. Okay, they're not a bad fish. So for those of you that want to throw those fish out on the ice or call them a trash fish, you need to cut that out. They're not. Okay, here's your difference right there. All right, you've got up top snakehead, middle burbot. Okay, and then down at the bottom you've got your dogfish. All right, big difference. Okay, big difference. You can tell difference in the colors and everything else. But like I said, the DNR wants you to know. That's why it's in the fishing book. You know that you got to learn your differences here. Like the snakehead, I know they've got issues with them over in Minnesota. I've never heard of a problem here in Michigan with them. Never. You know, these people in Coletta arguing with my sister about them being about the burbot being snakehead. That's just ridiculous. Got to learn your fish, people. Yeah, the cold weather affects the mushrooms actually. My mushroom season was basically done up here for the most part. I'm sure now after these few warm days, I could probably go out and check some, but this time of year, I'm mostly into hunting and trapping and stuff like that. My mushroom season's mostly spring and summer and early fall. Yeah, burbot are also, yep, that's what they are. If you look up a cod, that's exactly what they are. You can look up ocean cod and you'll realize they're darn near the same thing. Um, oh yeah, I'm sure that would too because actually Wellman's had some shad mixed into their minnows, and that very first burbot that I caught a couple weeks ago on my video. It was actually on a shad, the only shad that I had in my bucket, but it was a shad. That's something I wish we could just get up here on purpose at the bait stores because that would be nice. Yeah, that's I like ice. I love ice fishing. I can't wait for ice fishing. Yeah, if you're anybody new on here, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. I come on here live every Sunday. I love sharing tips and answering questions. Okay, yeah, see that makes sense. Yeah, because the snakehead, I've never heard of them being an issue. I mean, I've heard of them, people catching them, and I thought Minnesota, and I thought it was because somebody dumped them in the lakes or something. But it's just ridiculous that people mix up these fish, and the same thing, burbot. If you have like eel pout, same thing. Burbot has several names, but they're the same fish. Ling ling, they're all awesome. We don't have snakehead though, Jonathan. I actually have chaga all around me, Keels. I don't really look for them. Before Mom passed, I was picking some, and we made the chaga tea, and we were trying because supposedly it's good for cancer. It was supposed to help shrink the tumor, but it didn't do any good. So I don't get it. But there's actually chaga all over out there. I could pick it by the ton. Yeah, that's actually my favorite part about hunting this time of year is because a lot of people come up here and they start working on their stands. So it's usually when the deer are getting pushed around, working on the stands, and then people out shooting. I heard a lot of shooting today. All right, have a good night, Malik. Yeah, that's what I did with the as far as the minnows. I was trying to figure a good way to do it because the first night I was doing it, I was trying to thread the minnow on. Well, when I did that, a lot of times the minnow would tear or rip, and it just wasn't working. So I was actually sticking it straight through the minnow and then popping it through the stomach and back through. And I mean, it works great. That minnow actually stays on a lot longer. We actually caught more than one fish on a minnow too at times. So yeah, that was a great way to do it. I'm actually going to try doing it the same way this winter too. I've already got some spots picked out that I'm going to be trying to ice fish for the burbot. Um, Met up with one of my friends the other day. His name's Kevin Miller, and we were talking. He says he knows a guide that will take us out on one of the lakes up north, and we're going to be heading out for, I think it was $80. He'll take us out on one of the Argos. He'll drive us right out and set us up a bit. So I'm pretty excited for that because that'll be really nice. So that's going to be a really good episode. That's going to be on Torch Lake, I believe. By pack bait, are you talking about like the catfish, like the weird catfish stink bait chunks and stuff? Yeah, usually, you do it through the head, through the mouth, through the lips, through behind the head, through the back, stuff like that. But it's just too easy for them to tear off that way. Plus, after I researched, because this was the first year of my life I've ever caught burbot or targeted them. So the first thing I did is researched them. I wanted to learn as much about the fish as I could. And everything I read said that you want to mash your bait up ahead of time. It could get that smell out there. So what I was doing is I would push that hook right through the middle of it and kind of squish it a bit while I was doing it, because that when I punctured it, that would get that scent going, and that would just work better for the burbot. So that's what I was doing. All right, love you too, sis. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for being my first fan. Really appreciate that. No, I've tried chunk bait before, and you know what? I've never had any luck with it. I've made up my own stink baits, and honestly, everything you read, there's a guy out there. I highly recommend. I normally don't do shout outs for other channels, but I'm gonna do this because this guy right here is by far my favorite channel. If you haven't watched him already, you gotta. He's hilarious and he knows what he's doing. His name is Mean Gene the Fishing Machine. Okay, and this guy is just an awesome fisherman. But as far as catfish goes, he did an episode explaining, how stink bait really isn't the way to go. It's more of a myth because a lot of the catfish in that, yeah, Mean Gene, a lot of the catfish in that, I've caught more catfish in my life on night crawlers than I ever have trying like liver and stuff like that. I mean, even my uncle, he's tried fishing with stink bait while I'm fishing night crawlers or minnows, and I have totally caught way more fish than him. It's just not the way to go, guys. You'll be amazed. Try night crawlers and minnows with catfish next time instead of stink bait, and you'll be shocked. Even if you put stink bait on one rod and then night crawlers on another, just let me know how it goes because you should get in the other. and my bet's on the night crawler. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that they were like a problem fish. That's why they have them in the Michigan Guide there warning people. But people just have to know that it's not the burbot. Okay. Same thing with the bowfin. Dogfish are not a trash fish. They're not. You don't throw them out on the ice. Don't leave them. They're not garbage. All right. I hate seeing that. That's why the DNR has that put in there too. They're fun. I mean, we're out to catch fish. What's the point of wasting them, Crushed snails, huh? What did you put them in, though? Did you put them in like a bag or did you put them in like a spawn sack or something? Because, it seems like it'd be hard to keep the crushed snails in one piece. I could see that being good, though. Seems how it's a forage that they're used to eating. But yeah, night crawlers and minnows have always been my top baits. Definitely. Snails would be good. I've never tried that. Shrimp. I've tried shrimp. Shrimp's good, but yeah, Mean Gene the Fishing Machine. That's his name. Or is it Richard? It's Richard Gene. That's what it is. Richard Gene the Fishing Machine. Sorry about that. See if I can find his channel here real quick. Yeah, this is his channel. Oh, hopefully it shows up. Richard Gene the Fishing Machine. He is a funny guy. He is actually, I wanted to try it this year. He showed me how to catch gar pike without using a hook. All he uses is nylon rope, and he actually brushes the rope out so that it's all straightened out real nice. It looks like a minnow in the water. He just ties the rope onto his line. He lets the gar pike bite the rope, and then he actually just lets them jerk on it because the more they jerk, the more they get their little needle teeth tangled up in that rope. And amazingly, he catches them like that. He does not use a fish hook for gar pike. And it's just awesome. He catches giant ones. So I recommend him, man. Richard Gene, the Fishing Machine. Check him out. Especially that gar pike video. It's really cool. Yeah, carp too, honestly. Sure, Asian carp, they're obviously a problem. And that's something that they want you to get rid of. But as far as the regular carp go, sure, there are certain lakes where carp have become an issue, but most lakes they're not. Sure, you can go out and bow fish for them and do all that stuff, but a lot of people just go out and catch them and just toss them for no reason, really. Yeah, there's certain people like to eat carp. I've actually got a friend that's told me it's pretty good. I haven't tried it yet. Oh, hey, what's happening, Roast? Hey, Steve. Nice to see you on here, man. Yeah, the carp, I love catching them personally. They're a lot of fun to catch. This year I'm going to be targeting them through the ice. I'm going to do a special video just ice fishing for carp. I've always wanted to do it, and this year I'm definitely going to do it. We have one lake up here in particular that has been taken over by carp. In fact, the DNR quit stocking it, and because there's actually no fish in it now. They had to put little aerators all around the lake to help aerate the lake because the carp were taking all the oxygen. And the DNR said until the carp are taken care of, the other fish ain't going to do no good in it. It's just a little lake, though. Like I said, a lot of the bigger lakes and that, they're not going to be a problem. They're big enough pieces of water. The carp ain't going to cause an issue. But yeah, this little lake in particular is really bad with them, and that's where I'm going to be ice fishing, and hopefully I'll have a blast because I think it'd be a lot of fun to catch a bunch of carp through the ice on an ice rod. So yeah, that would be good. Yeah, they probably wouldn't be bad, especially I mean, they got big old back straps on them, and I tried filleting them as a kid. They seem bonier, but I've had sucker. Sucker's super bony, but I've smoked suckers before. They're pretty good. Are you talking about Van Etten Lake? Oh yeah, the cormorants have actually always been a problem here. That's one thing I don't understand though, Keels, is the DNR, they went out onto the islands into the Great Lakes and they got rid of nest and stuff like that. I don't understand though why they never opened up a season, because cormorants were always such a big issue. Why didn't they open a season to slim them down? Because us waterfowl hunters could definitely do a lot more good in a season than a lot of other methods that they have used. They used to have us go out early in the spring, just before, it's usually around mid-April. They actually plant trout and salmon in a lot of our streams. Well, right around that time is when our cormorants usually show up. They always take volunteers to go out and do the cormorant counts. They want people to go out and just take a tally of how many they see every day. They give us flare guns. With the flare guns, you get these special shots that'll just go out and explode. And it's funny because the DNR, they told us at the first meeting I went to, they said, that you can't kill them, but if you shoot just right and that explosion goes off and one of them gets hit and hits the water, just forget about it. So the DNR is kind of wink wink about it. But as far as hunting them, you definitely can't kill them. So it's stupid, really. Cormorants, in my opinion, are useless, and they're ruining a lot of our fisheries. Yeah, I will be fishing on Van Etten. I fish that every year. That is a lake that I grew up on. I lived there for like 25 years, and yeah, I'll definitely be doing some ice videos out there. But like I said, I like to travel around, especially for my channel nowadays, because nobody wants to watch the same place fished over and over and over and over. I see that happen in so many videos. Private ponds. Nobody wants to watch a private pond get fished out all the time. I mean, come on now. So I go out, I try to fish all these different lakes, try to teach people about these different places. That's a big thing that I want to do. This year, I'm hoping to make it down to Jackson. I have a lot of lakes down there that I know of that I already know the fishing really well down there, and I want to do some videos down there too. So yeah, I've got big plans in the works though for this year. It should be a good season. Yeah, smoked sucker are excellent. I used to eat a lot of them when I was younger. Actually, when I worked at Wellman's, we used to smoke all kinds of stuff in there. They had a big old smoker. They still smoke all kinds of things in there for people. So yeah, I see just had 18 people on here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you guys enjoy seeing me every weekend. I come on Sunday night every time. Every Sunday I'll be on here at 8 o'clock for you guys. No matter what I got going on, I'll hop on here at 8. Make sure you check it out. I started a new membership program. You'll see a button next to subscribe. It says join. If you click that, you can see what's in it for you if you were to join one of the memberships. You can get discounts on merchandise and other cool little perks. So, yep, it's something neat to do. I'm trying to start all kinds of different ideas. So, yeah, I might see you out there. Like I said, if you see me, if you recognize me, man, come say hi. My big sister and little sister talked me into, I'm actually going to have a flag made up for my shanty. I didn't want to do it because then that's basically begging for people to move in on me. But I'm gonna have a flag made up for my shanty with LT Outdoors. So if you see it, come on over, chat it up. I'll be out there fishing, and you'll know where I'm at. So yeah, see, that's something I want to try. I've had whitefish dip before, and that is just excellent. Yep, I've had whitefish dip, and God, what was the other one I had? I can't remember. See, I like to get menominee too. That's another fish we catch out there when we're out whitefishing. But I haven't even got to get into any of them yet. Me and Susan went out the other day trying to get some, but just no luck. All we caught was gobies, and that's why we ended up hitting the Asable River. And luckily, we got into the fish out there. It was a good time. So, yeah, that was excellent. But okay, well, I appreciate everybody hopping on here. Yeah, every single Sunday, man. That's I appreciate it. Yep, every Sunday, 8 o'clock. I come on for an hour. Just from 8 to 9, I'll be on every Sunday. And yeah, I've been doing this now for I don't know. It's been at least I think 5 weeks. But I enjoy it. I love chatting with you guys. I love sharing any tips I can and tricks, and I just love hearing from you guys every week, especially hearing how you're doing fishing and stuff. So, yeah, you're welcome, man. Hopefully chat with you again next week. So, I hope you guys have a great night. I look forward to talking to you again next Sunday, and hopefully next week. Hopefully next week we will have some more good stories to share. Hey, Michael, appreciate it, brother. Yeah, you have a good night too. Same with you, Keels. Love you, girl. I hope you guys have a great night. And as always, it was great chatting with you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll talk with you next week.